So what we're going to do next is we're going to create a basic HUD connection. So we want to go to our learning, HUD, right click, user interface, widget blueprint. So we'll name this my HUD. So double click on that and we'll add a text box. This is just going to make this very simple text box. Drag that in. Over the right hand side, go to anchors, select the one that's middle of the screen. This will always make sure that no matter how big your screen is, it'll stay center to the screen. So just set the position to 0, that to 0. Let's give it a size of say 500 by 500. And we want to set the alignment to 0.5, 0.5. So as you see, we've got a box that's dead square in the screen. So yep, that's okay for the minute. We just want to now to get this displayed on our screen. So go to blueprints, level blueprint. On our event begin play, drag off and type create widget. So we'll get that. So now we want to select from the class my HUD. Off of the return value, right click, promote that to a variable. Give this as a name of my UI. I've already got one name. Sorry, that's from a previous. So my UI, and then we want to drag off of that and go add to viewport. So this now adds it to our screen. So on the start of the level, this will then load our widget and then display it on the screen. So in theory, if we press play, we should get our text holder. Yep, so text block. Excellent. In the next tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to then set up it to display name and text in the widget, just in a rough layout. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our HUD, into our text block. We want to set this as, well, first of all, we'll give it a name. So over the left-hand side, if you press F2, that allows you to name. So we'll name this interaction text, HUD interaction text. And so yeah, so back click on, make sure we've got this selected, make it a variable, and under the content text, we want to click a bind, create a new binding. Now this is going to take us over to, as you can see here, HUD interaction text. That's what we just created. So what we want to do is we want to access the player controller to get the data that's been sent from our scroll. So we want to get the player controller. Oh no, get the player controller. There we go. We obviously want to cast to it because we want to access it. And then off of this, we want to get interactive name, and I think if we just connect that to that and then that to that, we may see something. So at the moment we've got nothing. There we go, Joe scroll. So let's change that. Now we want to add our interaction text as well. So back to our HUD. We want to add a new is it text? Text. So I was just thinking about the best way to do that. Name it HUD interaction. Oh, we see we've made a mistake there, so we need to rename that one name. So obviously we want it to be representative of what we're getting it from, and HUD interaction text. So again, I want to make sure that this is center. Set our position Y and that to 0. Put that to 0.5, 0.5. And so currently what we're going to do is we're going to set the original text block interaction name. We're going to make that smaller because obviously we don't want the whole name to be huge, great text. So if we add a vertical box to our canvas panel, then put these inside our vertical box. You can see now it stacks them, so make sure they're the right way around. We want to make our vertical box in the center, and again, position Y, position X. Let's make this 500 wide. No, let's do 700 wide by 800 high, and obviously put that in the center by aligning it to 0.5, 0.5. So there we go. So now we want to go to our interaction name text, promote that to a variable, and oh no, sorry, we want to move that to the top. Go to our interaction text, correct. Promote that to a variable. We want to bind that, and we want to do the same again. So get player controller, then cast, because we want to access it. Plug that in. Then we want to get interaction text, and we want to plug that in. There we go. So now in theory, what will happen is when we put some content in our scroll, this is my scroll. What I'm going to do is just copy and paste that, so we've just got quite a bit in there. So in theory, when we interact this, if we set this all up correctly, we should get Joe's scroll, and then lots of this is my scroll. So when we press play, currently got nothing. There we go. So currently we want this to wrap. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It is click on text, auto wrap text. Now what should happen is when we do that again, it should fit inside the box. It still doesn't. So why is that? Auto wrap text. Auto wrap text. There's another one here, so let's just try that. I've never had this problem before. Yeah, that's it. So there's two auto wrap texts. I'm not quite sure what that one does. I must be pressing this one here. So yeah, we want the wrapping auto wrap text. Let's set the font to, if we go to appearance font, we'll set the bulk text to say regular, and we want to make our interaction name, let's set that to say 50 so it stands out, and we want to align it to the center, the heading. So press that, let's just see how that looks. There we go. So now let's move on to the next bit.